afternoon. We're going to change out this pedestal sink today. It's a beautiful sink actually, but somehow or another it ended up with a crack. Don't know that you can see that, but there is a crack in the base of that sink. So at some point in time, it will give way and break. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace it. It's in one of our rental properties before something happens. So I thought I would start this off, but first thing I did, I went up and I found a replacement, similar size, similar shape, similar height. And now we're going to turn the water off, and then I will disassemble the current sink and then show you how to hang a pedestal sink. These actually fit on the wall, and then this pedestal is nothing more than a little support and decoration, really. But I'm gonna go shut the water off and we'll come back to you in a few minutes. Okay, so we're back. I turned the water main off in the townhouse, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the shutoff valves off as well. I always like to shut the water main off if I can, because these inline shutoff valves sometimes completely shut off, sometimes they don't. So I always like to make sure that I shut the water main off first. But then what we're going to do, and I don't know if I'll be able to hold the video and do it at the same time, but I'm going to go ahead and disconnect these water connections here on both of them. Okay, should be pretty easy to do. And I always put a towel or something on the ground underneath, or a bucket to catch any water, because you can see it's starting to drip now. But I'll go ahead, I'm going to turn the video off and I'll come back to you. But what we're going to do, we're going to disconnect this, and we're going to disconnect this, and we're going to disconnect the drain. The drain's very easy to disconnect. It's just a simple little clip. Maybe you can see it there. A simple little clip, and you bend it until that end comes off. Okay, and then you just pop it right loose. So now our drain is loose, and a little bit more, and this water line will be loose. Okay, it's off, and this other water line, we'll take it loose. Like I said, a little difficult trying to do this with one hand. So I think I may go ahead, take this off, and then I'll come back to you in just a minute. Okay, we're back. I've taken the old sink out, and I've brought it in, and I've just laid it on a piece of cardboard upside down. I'm going to save the faucet and the plumbing and take it off of this sink and put it on the new sink. You know, typically your instructions just show you what you're going to do with all new fixtures, all new everything. But with this, I'm going to take this off because I'm going to reuse the faucet. So very simple to do. You just come in, undo the pipes here, the connectors, undo these two bolts on each side, take it off. This one, undo that screw, just drop it through. We'll unscrew this right here, take it out, and we'll reinstall it on the new sink. And I would suggest that you install it on the new sink before you set it on the pedestal, because they always show you how to install the sink, but then you got to come back and install the faucet. So why not install the faucet first? So I'll come back to you in a couple of minutes when I have this taken apart. Okay, as you can see, we've taken everything off of the old sink. There's the faucet itself. This is part of the drain, so we'll keep it here. Everything that came off, I kept it in its own order. You know, like this is actually the drain that'll go in the middle of the sink and go down underneath. They'll clean it off, of course. Here's the drain, and there's your stopper. And I keep those parts separate. And over here, the two hoses, they're separate. Now I'm going to take this old sink and go throw it in the truck. And then I'm going to come back and I'll show you what it looks like to put all the old fixtures, clean them up, put all the old fixtures on a brand new sink. Okay, we're back. So, see, this has a wall brace that's here. And when I slide the sink in, on the back of it, it slides right down in that brace and holds it. And then here, I'm going to drill a hole. And here, I'm going to drill a hole. And I'm going to put those 3-inch anchors in. But the sink will be really secure with this setting on the pedestal, these 2 anchor bolts, and then I will caulk the whole thing in as well. So let me show you over here real quick what I do when I go to set a sink up. I put it on a crate. And if you notice, that way I can reach underneath and put my drain through and get to it. And I can also put my valves in and get to it. So it's great just to set it on an old crate or something like that. Anyways, I'm going to put the hardware back on and I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, so real quick, I just wanted to show you that I went ahead and installed the drain, the pop-up, the faucet, as you can see, and the hoses. What I decided, it's going to set on a little ledge that's in there that we talked about that'll hold it really good. But I was going to put just regular bolts in, screws there and there, but there's not a 2x4 stud behind the wall there. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in, these anchors, so they'll slide through the hole and pop out. I tighten them down so it'll be sitting on a shelf and it'll be secured by 2 anchors, and then we'll caulk it in. So I'm going to take it in the bathroom, show you what it looks like. But like I say, it's so much easier to install the hardware when it's not on the wall and you're not having to crawl around on the floor underneath it. We'll come back to you in a couple of minutes. Well, pretty simple. It's in. Everything, all the plumbing's done. I do have to put a drain extension on the bottom. But when we came down here and we put those lag bolts in, see how nice they fit? And on this side as well. And that sink is as sturdy as you can get a sink. I'm going to go ahead and clean up right there a little bit, do some painting, caulk around the back and top of it. And I do have to put a drain extension on, if you can see right there. This sink, the drain comes out further than the other one. So I'll just have to get an extension there, cut that off, put a new extension on, and come out, and we'll be good. So anyways, if you liked the video, if it was helpful, like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We are going to be doing a whole lot more things this spring and summer. Have a great day.